just going to do 7.5. So 7.5 from the front.
Successfully connected. Going back to my browser, YouTube. And here, as you can see, my OBS has been successfully connected with my
next thing
and here we can see my pre-recorded video showing in YouTube live stream through OBS. Now all you have to need
tempo to tempo.
Here you can click on end stream to end your live stream. So here you can see I'm live now. So this is how you can actually go live with pre-recorded video 16. On YouTube.
So if we divide 16 into 2 is 8. So 8 is the midpoint of where our tempo to tempo is. So I'm going to 16, our tempo to tempo. I'm going to look for 8 right here. And I'm going to hold it here. So you can pin it down so that it will not move anywhere. Yeah, you pin it down, pin it down. If your tempo to tempo is 15, it will be 7.5. If your tempo to tempo is 14, it's going to be 7, you know, and so on. Then making sure it's flat. You're gonna stretch it out and you pin. So 1 to 8 done. Now 8 to 16. You pin as well. I'm going to take it out of the package. Put this in the garbage. Yep. Then so as you can see, it has like a label in here. I believe this will be the back. And let me look at this stitch. Is it a stitch? Yeah. It shows the back because the front shouldn't have any. It should be smooth. Just the band. So I believe this is the back. So I'm going to. I'll take this out. This is the middle. Put this on. Put this on. So, just going to make sure I get the middle. So, you're not going to make any mistakes. I'm going to use lots of T-pins. So this is the. Yeah, this is the middle. Just I bought it in case it's the middle. Yeah. So I'm going to pin this. Yeah. Take this out. How does it's not move around? Use the tempo. Use the lights. Yeah, I want to do that. This is the light. You do like. I think I'll do that every day. I need views. Yeah. Chat. Good view. I'll look to connect. Yes, so I think I done the front. I don't know shrimp juice for them. I want to the back. Oh, who's the other stuff? Stuff on the knife.
Now, if you take the Snapchat, actually goes over what exactly happened to her in July. They need me to take care of your son. That's been even represent. Because you live in a two-bedroom apartment downtown. So put all that high power. Big church. Shit. Like, for real. Ain't nothing but these here. You said okay, he didn't crack. How he didn't crack is why did you tell me that you dealt with him before? He's a master manipulator. You know what I'm going through. Been there, done that type of vibe. Then you also mentioned how you shared this with a couple of some girls, and they had the same story about him, and then you wonder how we all like. I wonder how he all got it.
Now, in that portion of the story, it's a little bit confusing. Let me explain it for you. Because John is explaining that her and Kehlani had bonded over the fact that Kehlani allegedly was dealing with Blueface or somebody like Blueface at the time of the story.
So because it is a medium-sized wig cap, there wasn't too much excess, and I am going to make a dart with the little I got from it and sew it up with a needle and thread.
We was this when I asked you? Is it okay for me to record? You said, no, that's okay, bro. We didn't show the positivity. You was cheesing in the camera. You was fanned out. Shit. What are you talking about? You was pressed to be in the camera. Your body language, you supposed to say, oh, stop recording me. You was engaging with my Snapchat, bro. I'm tired of letting people in this entry. Females, period. Anybody, period. And somehow I be being some genuine female, like a person, to let somebody in just for them to date me. Because she ready to play with me, bro.
So one of the head measurements we took was the year to year, and this is where it comes to play. I'm going to readjust this frontal, cut out some centimeters away from it, inches, depending on your year to year frontal. So now my own is 12, as I said, and I'm going to reduce it to 12. So what would I do? So this is 13, right? So since it's 12, I'm not going to stop at 12 here and cut it. It's not going to make sense. Yes, because I've cut like, I'm cutting most majority from one side. So I have to cut from both sides. And how would I do that? This on the closure, yeah, 13.
First of all,
Then
content creator, a lot of the things I say on this space are not necessarily things that
let's
happen.
see, I do it properly. I'm making a mistake.
Some of the personalize my videos.
So I'm going to take out
at the top too.
half an inch.
I made a video a few days ago because of my friend's father that ran the day.
So I'm using this colored pen.
Children for years.
I'm going to use it to mark, so I will see where I'm going to cut out. Yeah. So now this part is very important. So instead of cutting straight, I'm going to draw the outline such that it's going to come as a curve. You know, the top of the ear is like a semicircle. How do I explain? Like it's a curve. Yeah, there's a curve. The top of the ear is like a curve. So I don't want it to just be straight. I want it to seamlessly blend with the ear, so it to be natural and glueless. So I'm going to use this pen to trace down. Then I'm going to start buffing. Yeah, I'm going to make like a curve. Yeah. Then also from here to here is half inch, 0.5. Then I'm just going to use like a white pencil chalk, but this is what I have, darling. So this is what we use, okay? I'm going to so I'm going to flip it. Then since we have mark and mark, I'm going to take my comb, rat tail comb, to split out where I'll cut off from the frontal. Yeah. I'll use this comb to take out the hair. It will be easy for me to cut off. I'm going to cut off right here. Now I'm going to take my little scissors. Sure, yeah. I'm going to start cutting.
I beg you, family members, not the answer on I know the call for food, I know the beg for anything. I know no, can see here. See, very long. In fact, if you see go and share, you will see and then I decide to have very so this is all we use now. I will create a silence for her. When she take it to the salon, it will be very easy for her and
I'm going to use some clips. First, going to make sure it's good.
I'm just trying to play up with you guys. Actually, it isn't my dad's comfort. I want to try to like just put your eye and anytime I want to play with you guys to tell me what's going on. I don't get it. It's like trying to molest me. I'm just trying to not say okay, because of okay, because of everyone is the voice of my mouth.
Cut slowly. Alright. Don't forget the cut. Just speed over. And we'll measure again to see if we've made the right. Yep. You see? It's 12. Perfect. Try my best to get the middle. Yeah, I try to get the middle. And once I've gotten the middle, so when you're dealing with laces, I advise you just use the ball pin instead of the T-pin, because the T-pin could the lace could get caught up in the T-pin and it could rip it. So the ball pin is easier to work with when using a lace. So I'm just going to use the ball pin to get the middle right here. Yeah, like so. Then gently turn, then boom. So I'm not satisfied with where it's stopping. Yeah, so I'm going to push down like half an inch, and I'm going to pin down as well. Yeah, to go to the back, then I'm going to pull it from the back. Tight but gently, you know, we're dealing with lace, so the lace will not get ripped. So I pin this down too. So the next thing we're going to do is making sure the back is flat. You will gently pull. So what I do is this. I don't pull like backwards. You see, it's not even going to be flat. I just make sure it's flat. The other side too. I'm making sure it's flat. then I was going to, so I'll see the back. I'm still going to repin this because I'm not satisfied with the way it's looking. See, it's not flat as this. So I'm just going to use some butterfly clips. And I start sewing the bundles. I'm going to sew down the frontal. So now we're going to draw out outline on which we are going to sew in the bundles. So one of the things you should consider is the amount of bundles you have. So right here I have 4, 1 2 3 4 with this frontal because I got like a packet here. I do not know the weight of these bundles, so looking at it is not looking like it's going to be full, but the first thing you can do is to check how long your bundle is, how full they are. So that's what I'm doing now. What is in one bundle, and we have 4 of this, so that's what you will consider when you want to sew your wig. Yeah, do 1.5 inch between each tracks. So I'm going to take out a T-pin and I'm going to pin from right here. Yeah, so it's not going anywhere. To be using metallic pen. This is, you can use your chalk, but the chalk will like rub off when you are sewing. So I use this. You can get this at the dollar store, wig store. So we're using the silver. So we start from the beginning, top, not beginning, the top. So the top, I also like to map out, make an outline that for the last track, because we'll be sewing from down to top, right? Bottom to top. So I'll just make like an outline for the top. So this outline is just for sewing down and the last track. So it will give it the full look and like mostly cover the cap. So I do this first at the back, just like the weft you do immediately after the closure. Yep. Okay, then I said I'll be using 1.5 inches. So from this first outline I'll be using 1.5 inch. So I'm going to mark this, then the next one will be 3, the next one will be 4.5, the next one will be 6, the next one will be 7.5, okay. So you draw little batches lines. It's going to be a line, it's going to be a bend, it's going to be a straight line. Alright. Yeah. So from here on this part, you won't go between anyone. You start. So this is what I said. This is the batches. Yeah. little dashes. Then I'm going to space it. So now we have 1.5 inch space apart. So this one over here, this one over here, this one over here, this one over here. And if you want to I go back, I leave mark here, and go back to draw a line and so it. So now, this one. So when you want to sew the weft on the cap, to avoid bumps, you have to naturally allow the hair, the weft and the cap to go seamlessly. Like now, for example, do not, even if the cap is, having like ridge and flaps, do not stretch the cap, just let it go with it, because if you stretch the cap will stretch, you use more weft than normal, and there will be bump at the end of when you finish a wig. So just what I do is I sew little by little. I don't like try to cover too much. I take my time, so I just put my finger here, like this short distance, and I allow it to sew. I'm not dragging anything, I'm not pulling the cap, I'm not pulling the hair. So we start now. Back stitch, come back again, yeah. As you go, you might be seeing some bump, just but don't pull the hair, don't pull the cap. Slow, gently. The zigzag stitch.